I'm continuing on with the remaining 10 values of the 20 common values that are shared among 7 faith tribes. The research was done by George Barna. He has a research group in California and does research on these types of topics all the time. So these are the 7 faith tribes, and I'm going to continue on with the remaining 10 values. Value 11 is be a good citizen. Regardless of one's faith, there is a widespread appreciation for the freedoms and benefits of living in the United States. Cynicism and criticism aside, Americans value their country and are open to doing what is necessary, albeit with some prodding, to ensure continuity of the country's greatness. Value 12, justify people's respect. Everyone wants respect. Some do not understand the importance of earning it, believing that it should automatically be given. But there is no argument about the significance of being respected by others. Having respect is a major factor in personal dignity. Being able to justify respect is desirable. Value number 13, avoid harmful behavior. Although people sometimes lose their temper and may occasionally view violence as the only solution to their situation, even the most hostile individual usually recognizes the wisdom of not harming people. To distinguish us from animals or from evil people, drawing the line at hurtful behavior is almost universally embraced, both as spiritual principle and as common sense. Value 14, honor the elderly. For some tribes, blessing the elderly is a tradition. For others, it is an example of indifference to age, and for others, it is a way of paying the dues so that someday they will be appreciated and cared for in like manner. Several tribes teach that it is an adult child's duty to care for aged relatives. Most tribes believe that older people have earned respect and care. Value 15, be generous. A few tribes believe in reciprocity, that what you give is what you get. Others contend that generosity is a reflection of a grateful heart. Another tribe perceives generosity to be a means to building a better society. No matter what the motivation, Americans realize that giving is good, if not better than getting. They may define the parameters of generosity differently, but all tribes recognize it as a quality of greatness. Value 16, do not judge or condemn others. While tolerance can quickly become a politically correct parody, all tribes promote the notion of allowing people to reap the natural consequences of their choices without any of us assuming the role of supreme judge. There is a distinction to be made between discernment and judgment, but making definitive judgments about the behavior of others is counterproductive for everyone. Those who believe in a supreme being should allow that spirit to judge. Those who do not believe in a personal deity tend to believe that it is best to focus on our own behavior rather than on that of others. Value 17. Be mutually respectful of human rights. Life is valuable. If we did not believe this, we would not have children and we would not seek to live long lives. While there may be extraordinary situations in which a life may be taken, those are exceptions. Apart from those infrequent times, people deserve to be treated with dignity and respect. Value 18. Cultivate civility. Be courteous and polite. There is no excuse for rude behavior. A society that fosters vulgarity in any form is a culture in descent. Each tribe has its own motivation for encouraging civility, ranging from demonstrating love to protecting one's physical security and reputation. Value 19. Belong to a caring community. One of the basic human instincts is to belong to a group that provides acceptance and basic needs, for example, food, shelter, and safety. No tribe preaches living in isolation. Meaningful interaction with other people provides the emotional stability. And value number 20, facilitate basic skills. Every tribe wants its people to be prepared to succeed in the material world, if only at the basic level. To enable success, people must master basic skills such as literacy, hygiene, reflective thinking, interpersonal abilities, and vocational preparation. I'm going to finish out reading some excerpts out of the book, and while I do that, I will put up the slides that I had up in the beginning, just as something to look at and take in, I guess, while I'm reading. As you have listened to the list of values, you probably resonated with most, if not all of them. This is a no-brainer. You might be thinking, pretty much everyone buys into these values, but America has bought into them for decades, and yet we're in a big mess. How could something we've embraced for so long be the key to resurrecting our future? It's a reasonable question. In essence, the United States is suffering from the loss of good character. It is widely assumed that our public officials lie to us. Millions of frivolous lawsuits are entered into each year as a means of intimidating people or manipulating situations to force a desired, if undeserved, outcome. Numerous employees cut corners on the job, either putting in for extra time they don't deserve or taking home company materials for personal use. The alcoholic beverage industry generates tens of billions of dollars in revenue because millions of Americans get plastered each week. One of the most common forms of communication is gossip. More of us feel compassion toward the people suffering in the world than do anything substantive about it. Our loyalty extends only as far as the last benefit we receive from those who desire our support. We deem hard times to be a curse rather than a gift, and the list goes on and on. Faith, when appropriately applied, builds strong character. Sadly, the nation's faith has been overshadowed by other pursuits and preferences that have minimized the importance of the beliefs and worldview that build true character. So we need a plan for restoration. The key building block for the restoration of America is a return to and emphasis upon the character qualities that make a nation great. Without the advantage of a full-blown, carefully developed worldview that we can agree upon as the basis for positive behavior, the fallback strategy is to rely upon the accumulation of a series of worldview components that can be joined together to lead us to more comprehensive and beneficial ways of thinking about and responding to life. That's where our core values come in. They are those individual signposts that can help us find our way back to moral, spiritual, emotional, and intellectual health. America lost its way on the journey to cultural maturity, but accentuating our shared values can get us back on the right road again. Those shared values are the remnant of a mindset that once made us great. With proper guidance and commitment, they can rescue us from the destructive path we are on today. I'm flipping to the end of this chapter, which was entitled Calibrating Our Values and Worldview. George Barna finishes out this chapter with a call to action. Do you want the United States to be great again, badly enough to do what it takes? For this kind of rebirth of America, we will need each tribe to be part of the solution. No tribe would have to abandon its central beliefs or compromise its core doctrine in order to be a player in this revolution. If we can focus on shared, life-giving values such as those described above, we can become a united team and radically reshape this decaying, divided country. And if we refuse to do so, then we may very well be signing the nation's death certificate. It is a democracy. The majority will choose, but the majority is made up of an accumulation of individuals who make choices. What will you choose for our future?